Welcome to Cat Chat, brought to you by Vangos alongside Bryce Burge. I'm Pete Francis. And Bryce, the Wildcat football team, had their opportunities Saturday against Indianapolis. Unfortunately, they couldn't come out with a win.
Yeah, it was a tough 6-5 loss for the home team as they ran the ball some more, and then decided to run the ball out of the Wildcat formation. They had plenty of opportunities as the defense did a great job holding Indianapolis to only 146 total yards, but 3 turnovers and 2 missed field goals kind of did in the Wildcats in this game.
Yeah, offensively, things did not go as hoped, but one plus was the performance of Felipe Smith.
Yes, he was the leading rusher for the Wildcats. 64 yards on 14 attempts. He looked really good in between the tackles, and he had some really good on-field awareness as the play developed, knew what to do in the game-type situations.
Next week, Bryce, the team will try to get back on track now with Tiffin.
Yes, Tiffin is horrible. There's no way to get around that, as they're the worst-ranked defense in the league. They are winless this season against Division II opponents. Northern, they need to get a winning here. They're pretty much out of the playoffs with 4 losses, but if they win 2 out of the next 3, then they've got a winning season, and that's a good way to send out the seniors. Also, another interesting point about this game is that the one win in conference play for Tiffin happened 2 years ago at home against Northern in a 4-overtime affair. So this will be the first time the Wildcats go back down there. So they'll be looking for redemption from a couple of years ago.
Now, the Wildcats lost this weekend, but one team that had a little better fortune this weekend was volleyball.
Yes, well, it depends on what they determine good. They won 2 out of their 3, which is good for a homestand. They beat Fair State on Friday 3-2. They beat Saginaw Valley 3-0 on Saturday, but they lost earlier today 3-1 against Grand Valley. They're now 19-2 overall, so whenever you lose, it's a big deal, especially since it was senior day. As Katie Twardzik last regular season home performance, though, she will most likely get at least one conference game in there. They've been bouncing around a little bit about what they're going to do at the libero position, as Furherd has kind of came in for the freshman Wetzel. So they're bouncing things around, trying to get ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, volleyball's done now at home. What's up next for the team?
Northwood, a team that they beat earlier this year 3-0, but all those games were close, and it was at home. With the football team going there and being rowdy fans and everything like that, Coach Tim down there at Northwood is going to really have those guys ready to go and try to turn things around for Northwood, who's 8-6 and is fighting for playoff seeding.
Now, Bryce, this weekend was also the UP Cross Country Championships. Can you give us a breakdown of what NMU did?
Northern finished second. They finished behind Michigan Tech, who won overall. Those teams have been jockeying back and forth all season at different meets. This turn for Michigan Tech. Go Gibbick, Lake State, and Finlandia were also there. Christina Gillis was the top-ranked Wildcat. She finished second overall, and they're just getting ready for the NCAA regionals here coming up.
Now, on the men's side, Bryce, you actually raced in this event.
If you call it racing, that's. I haven't ran anything longer than a 5K competitively since about 2008. So to do the men's race, which was an 8K, was a little outside my skill level. I just kind of wanted to do it because it was my last time available to run the cross-country race with me graduating in May. And it was last chance to run against Zach Bennett as he's graduating in December. So it was good to go with that, and I finished last, made 3 out of the 4 laps as I got laps, so I took the gentleman's rule, and because I was that far behind and didn't have a team, so I kind of just stepped off, but it It was okay. Plus, I got that injury excuse with that quadricep tendonitis,
yeah.
so I get to fall back on that. I'm still having problems walking downstairs, so it's tough. But there's one other team that was in play this weekend, and that was the women's soccer team. They split their games. They lost 4-1 earlier today as Northwood scored 3 goals in the opening 5 minutes. It's a tough break for the Cats, but they won their most important game of the weekend, a 2-1 victory over the Saginaw Valley State Cardinals, who was ranked 1 spot ahead of them in the regional rankings. So hopefully that will help out as the conference play gets coming up, as Northern's on that bubble spot regionally.
Yeah, let's hope. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'll be joined by defensive lineman DJ Catalano. You will not want to miss this.
Attention Wildcat fans! Vango's, the longest-running pizza parlor in Marquette, is a proud supporter of Cat Chat. Located on 3rd Street, Vango's is your neighborhood bar and restaurant with takeout and delivery. Open 7 days a week, Vango's specializes in only the freshest ingredients. From the dough to the pizza sauce made from scratch, Vango's uses the freshest vegetables for all pizzas, soups, salads, and specials, and has the best homemade food in town. Vango's, come taste the difference.
I just saved $44 on 3 of my family's medications with the MKS Prescription Saving Card.
Stop into your nearby Snyder Drug and start saving with the MKS Prescription Savings Plan.
Welcome back. Joining us now is defensive lineman DJ Catalano. DJ, thanks for coming on the show.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, tough loss this weekend at home. How do you guys get over a loss like that?
I mean, it's hard. I'm not going to lie, it's hard, and especially being a senior this year, it was extra hard. You know, most likely we're out of the playoffs. But, you know, looking ahead, we have 3 more games left, and we still have a chance to have a winning season. And, you know, we end our season at Tech, and that's going to be a big game. So, you know, we may have not made the playoffs this year, but we still have 3 games, and we're looking forward to those.
Yeah, with the team currently at 4-4, what's the outlook for the rest of the year?
Just win out is basically what we need to do. And we have Tiffin, who likes to throw the ball a lot, and we got to make sure we get pressure. And we just got to, offense has some kinks to work out, and I'm sure they'll do it.
Yeah, this year now, the defense, a good portion of the guys are rocking the flow. Where's yours?
My hair doesn't grow like that. My hair grows more out. And then, so I don't really get the long hair. And plus, you know, being a Jersey guy, we're all into the gel and gelling it up.
All right. Well, this year, your teammate, Mike Levy, wrote an article about you earlier on catchattv.org. Now, our website nearly crashed with hits coming in from New Jersey. Why does DJ Catalano bring the ratings?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because I'm a star. No. What I did was I sent an article out to one of my high school coaches just to show him how I was doing. You know, I'm from New Jersey, so they don't get to see me a lot, but I keep contact with all my high school coaches and past coaches I've had. And when I showed them the article, they kept looking at it, and they started sending it to everyone. And sure enough, I was actually on my morning announcements in high school. So, you know, it's a big deal. We have a lot of guys, you know, a few guys playing at Rutgers now, and we have alumni come back, and we all keep up to date with them.
All right, so on a more serious note, throughout your career, you've battled some knee injuries, you know, to the point where your career was almost going to be ended. How did you get through that?
That was tough. Basically, it was just trial and error, trying different things out to see what would work. 2 years ago, I had surgery done on both my knees where they took platelets from my arm, drew blood, took the platelets out, and then they injected it into my tendons to try to promote healing. And I just had to, you know, wait it out. You know, that worked a little bit, but it wasn't enough. So, you know, I've been training at Parisi Speed School up in Morris Plains, New Jersey, and they really did a good job of making sure all my form on my lifts, the way I run, the way I even walk and just sit down was perfect. And, you know, they strengthened all these little muscles up all around the knee to, you know, strengthen the tendons. And, you know, I haven't missed a practice this year, and they've been feeling pretty well. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, it's great to see. You're a senior this year. What's been your most memorable game at Northern?
Well, this year would have to be the Ashland game. I think that 4th and 1 to win the game, that was huge.
Yeah, who made the stop there?
I I was in on the charge, but so was Matt Forward and Zach Anderson and the rest of the defensive front. So, you know, it was a team. It was just a team swarm is basically what it was.
All right, the team travels to Tiffin this weekend. How much does a long bus trip like that affect the team?
Not at all, actually. You know, we're used to it. We travel 8 hours just to get to Northwood or Saginaw. You know, we're used to those long bus rides. This one's a little bit longer, but you know, we're used to it. The buses are pretty comfortable for what they are. I like to watch movies. I watch film. Yeah, so you know, they're not. We're used to it by now.
Okay, it's time for 5 random questions.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, favorite TV show?
That'd have to be Dexter or True Blood.
Okay, favorite sport other than football?
Lacrosse.
Favorite book?
I'd have to say, you know, I'd have to go with the Twilight series on this. I like the Twilight series.
All right, strongest man on the team is?
I'm going to go with Eccles, but, you know, actually all of us on the defensive line are pretty strong. But I'll go Eccles right now, technically, is the strongest.
Okay, and last question, best thing about playing at NMU?
Best thing about playing at NMU is that it's a whole new experience from where I'm from. You know, this whole UP is different from New Jersey, and I love that. The facilities are great. You know, the home games are loud, and it's just a great atmosphere at the Division II level.
All right, DJ, best of luck this season, and thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thank you.
All right, that's defensive lineman DJ Catalano. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Sean Kelly will join me to discuss the latest on the NMU hockey team. Stay tuned.
Attention Wildcat fans! Vango's, the longest-running pizza parlor in Marquette, is a proud supporter of Cat Chat. Located on 3rd Street, Vango's is your neighborhood bar and restaurant with takeout and delivery. Open 7 days a week, Vango's specializes in only the freshest ingredients. From the dough to the pizza sauce made from scratch, Vango's uses the freshest vegetables for all pizzas, soups, salads, and specials, and has the best homemade food in town. Vango's, come taste the difference.
This is DJ Catalano, and you're watching Cat Chat.
Welcome back. With me now is hockey analyst Sean Kelly. And Sean, the Wildcats were in Oxford this weekend, and it was a weekend to forget for the team.
That's right, Pete. Friday night, it didn't start off too well. So the Wildcats took a penalty within the first minute of the game, and the Miami Redhawks quickly capitalized to make it 1-0. That was all they would need on Friday night, as they scored 3 more goals for a 4-0 final, and the Cats have more penalty problems in that game. Saturday, much more of the same. They lost 9-1. The only goal of the weekend came from Kyle Fulmer, and it was just a tough weekend for the Cats on the road in Miami.
Obviously, with a lot of new players, Sean, everything can't be expected to go right away. But what spots does the team need to improve?
Well, there's 2 areas the team needs to improve. It's on defense. It's a very young defensive team right now. It's going to come along slowly as they get more games under their belt. Another area they have to improve on is the penalty kill. Right now, they are second to last in the country, 55th in the penalty kill, about 54%. They took 22 penalties this weekend. That's unacceptable for a young team, and they're going to have to turn it around and stay out of the box. They also lead the nation in penalty minutes currently right now, Pete.
Yeah, something that definitely needs to be worked on. Well, this weekend, Ohio State comes to the Berry. What do the Wildcats need to do to be able to pick up their first win?
Well, as I said, they have to stay out of the penalty box. It's going to be nice to come back home. They're going to be playing a Big Ten team that traditionally hasn't been a power in the CCHA. Northern, you know, they're coming back home to the Berry. They're going to have to skate hard. They're going to have to work hard, get back to basics, and stay out of the penalty box. And hopefully they can also pick up on the power play. They've only had 2 power play goals this season. So there's some areas the Cats need to improve, but coming home, they got an easier part of the schedule coming up with Ohio State, Lake State, and then Bowling Green the next 3 weeks. So hopefully they can get some wins under their belt.
Yeah, let's hope they can get the job done. All right, that's going to wrap up this week's edition of the show for Sean Kelly and the entire Cat Chat crew. I'm Pete Francis. Until next time, go Cats.